Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform to become your spiritual server. Welcome to the daily energetic currents, the daily reading for today, Thursday. Oh no, excuse me, not Thursday. Wow, look at that. Friday, October 26th of 2018. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Apparently it's Thursday. It's actually Friday. Friday, the day of Venus. The day, in many ways, of the goddess. Of pleasure. And of opening up and receiving and of relationships. Where is Venus today, by the way? Well, Venus is in Scorpio, getting ready to conjunct the Sun. And we have been waiting for this interesting, I would say, pinch in energy that's happening in Scorpio. And we have two pinches of energy, which are these celestial bodies coming together. And these are actually going to create sort of like these nodal points. I almost like to think of them as like different sides of a bridge that's going to represent in many ways this new foundation that's being built within Scorpio vibration, consciousness. So we do have the Sun. It's not going to conjunct Venus today, but it's getting close. So it'll conjunct Venus soon. And then we have, actually, no, it does happen today, excuse me. Let me actually, hold on, let me just take a look at this real quickly. So yes, we do have the Sun and Venus coming together today at 3 degrees. And on Sunday, we're going to have Mercury and Jupiter come together at 27 degrees. So it's interesting, this bridge, like I said, that's being built here in Scorpio energy. You know, we have 3 degrees on either side. So we even have a little bit of some outlier energy. I almost like to think of it as like this sort of bridge over like this deep water. And I think what's being offered here is there's going to be this opportunity to kind of be able to walk across this bridge and to be, you know, relatively unharmed. But there's going to, of course, be temptations. There's going to be things lurking in the deep that call out to us. And we may jump over the bridge into the water. And that water, I guess you could say, is between 3 degrees and 27 degrees of Jupiter. But I'm just kind of drawing a metaphor here. Let's look at the cards for today. We have the 7 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and we also have the card of the solar plexus chakra, which reads, the frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of light, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Today is a day where you really are getting your power back. We are all getting our power back. And what's even more interesting about this is that we kind of had a bit of a kite that formed. Because we had a dual elemental trine, and then of course the moon finishing up in Taurus, opposing Mercury and Jupiter at the edge of Scorpio before it slips into Gemini. And it'll be in Gemini later today. In fact, probably at the time of me making this, it's already in Gemini. Or it's getting ready to shift into Gemini. But today is really a day where you really just want to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I got this. I am this. I am abundant. I am worthy. We're dealing with swords here, so we're dealing with communication. So the 7 of Swords represents this feeling of being backstabbed. This feeling of, you know, you've gotten the shaft. So you feel like people could be lying to you. People are, you know, are deceitful in their words. So what's happened? We get the 4 of Swords energy. So it's like a lot of people have gone to sleep on each other because people have been, and I'm kind of included in this too. I'm sure there are people out there that have gone to sleep on me. And there are people that have gone to sleep on you because they don't think that you can do it. You've been talking a big game. You've been talking about the changes that you wanted to make. But still, time and time again, we fall, we trip, we sink, we drown, but we rise up. So don't allow these really just these negative opinions of other people drag you down today. Don't let them. These people are going to sleep on you. And there are times where we go to sleep on ourselves, right? But today is a day about realizing that we are super powerful and we do contribute a very important, unique piece that only we can bring to the table. Only we can bring that dish to the table. Each and every single one of you, there's a dish that only you can bring to the table. What does it look like? How does it taste? What does it smell like? How does it make you feel? There's a poem that I wrote earlier this morning that kind of explained kind of what I was feeling. This is what I wrote. We rob ourselves of inner peace the moment a burst of creativity and passion exudes from the inner sun, and our response is that of misguided slumber. I probably will post that in the description below with the words and stuff. And that's really just kind of what I felt today. I feel like today, within each and every one of us, there's going to be this burst of power. There's going to be this burst of creativity and passion. There's going to be this burst of new life, this transformation. This is the phoenix's flames. This is a rebirth period. The sun coming with Venus, the sign of Scorpio, no less. This is definitely a rebirth. What is the purpose of this rebirth? Well, that's going to be in many ways determined by the Mercury meeting up with Jupiter on Sunday. But today we have this rebirth of purpose, of passion. It's like things are going to be churning, and it's interesting because I do feel like we can rob ourselves of our own happiness by putting the lid on all of this which spills out of us. And it's interesting because Scorpio is very much so a private sign. But we also have to remember that Mars is an esoteric ruler of Mars. Mars is an esoteric ruler of Scorpio. And Mars is very much so about this stuff. It's very much so about that personal willpower to get things done. To know who you are. To know who you are. To embrace who you are. And be that on an everyday basis. I'm hearing your strength knows no bounds. My strength knows no bounds. We can rob ourselves of our happiness by putting a lid on all this energy. Yes, there will be times to where we need to rest and to gather ourselves. That's what the Four of Swords says. So there will be times where we need to rest, harness, germinate. But also, if you are feeling like you really are ready to go, and you're really wanting to go for something and to do it, then by all means go for it. Don't wait. Don't wait. You will be your own worst enemy. You will be your own worst enemy. That's the interesting thing about Scorpio energy, is that people think it's a dark time, and it is, but during Scorpio season, you really do become your worst enemy if you really allow yourself to. And it can be a harrowing experience, because we all can really haunt ourselves with expectations, with regrets of what has happened in the past, worries and anxieties. It's kind of a double-edged sword, this consciousness thing that we are still trying to figure out. And even consciousness in and of itself, that word is limiting. So there's more to explore here, and I think that's what's going to happen, especially with Jupiter coming into Sagittarius soon. You got to realize that this full moon of Taurus that we just had was the last full moon that we're going to have while Jupiter is still in Scorpio. And it's pretty major, because Jupiter's going to be in Sagittarius for the next 13 months or so. And this is really the new beginning. This is the new adventure. This is the new level. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? This is really it, guys. We are breaking through right here like never before. And the way that you really continue the old script of feeling sorry for yourself and you know, allowing yourself to ruminate in those types of energies for extended periods of time, and you don't allow your creativity to flow through, you're going to be kind of wondering why it seems like there's so much like magic happening around you, but not of you. But you are magic. So it absolutely can and will happen of you. Because of you, it will happen. Don't go to sleep on yourself. Don't rob yourself of your own happiness. Take time to rest when you need it. You know? Manipulate a little bit if you have to. And that's some Scorpio type shit I just said, because Seven of Swords is very much so manipulative energy. But manipulation has its place. You know? Manipulation has its place. You can't use it all the time, but it has its place. It's just like how you can't ride a bike indoors in the Pokemon games. You know, that's not the time for that. You know, but you can ride outside all day long. I don't even know where that went. This moon in Taurus was a very powerful event that really actually seriously created a new miracle seed within all of us. And since it happened at such an early degree of Taurus, and essentials conjunct Uranus and oppose and squaring the nodes, it's a moment of fate, it's a moment of destiny, and a lot of you are feeling really super powerful right now. So harness that energy and please use it, because we are all gifted to be able to tap into these energies, and they are ours to use, but they're not ours at the same time. And it seems weird because this is very much so a time where, you know, with the sun being a Scorpio, we can feel a little bit more possessive and a little bit more just thinking about ourselves, because like I said, Mars is here, but we also have to consider how our energy and our waves affect those around us. We do have to consider that. So be a little selfish during this time and take care of your needs, but also realize that you do affect other people. You know, if we are all stars moving through a wave, you know, we're like bubbles moving through a wave. We affect everyone around us. Even the slightest move can create ripples of massive change. So don't doubt your abilities. Take the necessary steps every day towards your dreams and make them a reality. Make them a reality. A new dream is being born. And just wait until Neptune comes into Aries. And wait until it comes into Taurus. That's really when it's going to get really fun. But that's going a little far into the future. That is it for your reading today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to theaquarianadepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.